Hey y'all, it's Sydney Screams, and today I'm talking about one of my favorite toy companies. I'm talking about Uberrime today. Uberrime is an indie toy company based in Orlando, Florida, which is my hometown, and they make a huge variety of sex toys. And they're all made with platinum pure silicone, which means they're all body safe, non-porous, hypoallergenic, and they can be easily sanitized. Not all sex toys can be sanitized because not all sex toys are made with body safe materials, which is just crazy to me that we live in a world where it's okay for companies to make unsafe products. Anyway, Uberrime is really cool because they have over 100 different models in their catalog, which is crazy. They have everything from realistic dildos to fantasy dildos to butt plugs to vaginal plugs to non-representational or non-phallic dildos. They have grinders. They have honestly just about every type of like platinum pure silicone sex toy that you could get, except for like strokers or mini strokers and maybe eggs. I don't know that they have any eggs, but it's okay because who knows what's on the future for them. Who knows? I don't know. But what I do know is that they are an LGBT owned and operated company. They have multiple trans people on their staff. They have multiple queer people on their staff. And you know what? I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. They're also really regular donors to Suede, which is a nonprofit I volunteer for, even though I'm no longer in the same country as Suede. Suede is a mutual aid nonprofit that is for sex workers, by sex workers, and Uberrime is always very generous to send us a box full of dildos for us to raffle off to help us raise money for our mutual aid fund and for our harm reduction supplies fund. So, without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Draconis, the Dragon Dildo, from their Phantasia Beginner Friendly Fantasy line. Phantasia launched, I want to say last year, maybe the end of 2024, I'm not really sure, I forget, and it is a line of, I think, like 5 or 6 different fantasy shapes, fantasy textures, for those who are maybe new to fantasy sex toys or fantasy dildos. This is Draconis, who, he looks pretty big, but that's because this is a size large. You may remember me talking about about Phantasia when I reviewed the Equus Unicorn Horn, or when I reviewed the Oceanus Tentacle. Both of these are size small, so for comparison's sake, because of course, here you go. We've got a size large and then 2 different size small dildos so that you can kind of get an idea of just how big they are. This is a size large, which I will say is still significantly smaller than a lot of other companies' size larges. I mean, if we're just looking at like Hanky's toys, this is a size small to Mr. Hanky. Or maybe that's the medium. It's definitely not the extra small. It might be the small/medium. He's a big boy. But anyway, Draconis, much like the other toys in the Phantasia line, is available in 2 different sizes, each with 2 different firmness options, and your choice of between 1 and 3 different colors. The size large can also have a vacuum port added to the base, or a vibrator port added to the base, but those options are only available for certain models, and generally it's the like medium and large sizes of Uberrime's catalog that you'll see those options pop up. So the large does accommodate both the vacuum lock or the vibrator port. This is the size large, and I believe this is the 00-50 firmness. This one was gifted to me just kind of like as a surprise model, and so I don't know exactly if it is the 00-50, but here's a little squish test so that you can see. Hopefully my camera is properly focusing on this and not on me, so you can see just kind of how squishy it is. And while we're at it, let's show you some of the textures here, huh? You'll hopefully notice that this is some low profile texture, which is really good for a beginner, because as someone who made the mistake very early on in my sex toy buying history, I started with, I mean, I didn't start with, but I dove right into some fantasy textures, and for me, things like the horizontal texture on Draconis are they were not great for me as a beginner. Something like Draconis is now much easier for me to take comfortably because A, the low profile texture, B, I'm much more like comfortable taking textures, and now I also know about things like firmness that I didn't know when I first started buying, and so this is a really good option for anyone who is looking to kind of dive into fantasy textures. The whole line really, because like you've got the dragon scales, you've got the horizontal texture, the head even has some little bumps going on, and there is a lot of texture here, as you can hopefully see, but the texture is low profile, especially when we're comparing it to like hankies, where this texture is very deep texture. It is high profile texture, or alternatively even hankies, Dungeons and Dildos. It's low profile, sure, but there is an abundance of it. And that is honestly pretty typical, I think, with dragon dildos especially. So come prepared for texture. And if you're not there yet, if you're not able to take these textures yet, that's cool. Build up to it, work up to it, learn what works for you and your body. And then if this is something that you're like, ooh, yeah, I want to try that, do it. Do it. Sorry, I could like talk about dildos all damn day long. So I got the size large, which has a total length of 8.5 inches or 21.59 centimeters, an insertable length of 7 inches or 17.8 centimeters, a tip circumference of 3.5 inches or 8.89 centimeters, and the widest circumference, which I think is about here, of 5.62 inches or 14.27 centimeters. This is both anal safe and harness compatible, so if you want to throw some strap with this, you'll need a 2-inch O-ring or a 5.08 centimeter O-ring. I tried this both in like my typical Cal Exotic strappy harness, but then I also tried it in the Ouch by Shots panty harness, which has an adjustable O-ring, which is so freaking helpful, holy cow. And this handled really well in both. I was a little worried because I don't like thick bases. I think that it's uncomfortable for me as a strap-on top to have a thick base. Like when I've strap-on fucked with this base is super thick. I mean, that's, oops, that's about where the O-ring has to sit. So that's, I don't know, 3 inches worth of silicone that is then pushing into my anatomy as I am fucking someone else, and a thick base, just not my thing. It's not my thing as a strap-on top. But this one was pretty good. Like I said, I tried it in 2 different harnesses. I could have used it in one of my rodeo harnesses. I've really enjoyed using the Ouch by Shots panty style strap-on harness. That adjustable O-ring is fantastic. But anyway, so there's a lot of texture going on here. You can see the horizontal texture going basically all the way around the dildo at every point possible except for the head itself. There is a very slight little curve there. It's not just me holding it weird. Oh gosh, I haven't filmed any reviews without my wrist brace in a minute. But there's a slight curve there. It's really nice, honestly. I was not sure if I would like this as a vaginal user, just because I've not had great times with horizontal texture in the past. However, with the softness of the silicone, you know, that nice squeeze that it's got going on, and the size, the low profile texture, I actually ended up really enjoying enjoying Draconis, which I will say it took me a goddamn minute to be able to figure that out because Cassie kept claiming this dildo. We'd be like, okay baby, what toy do you want to use tonight? And she'd be like, that one, pointing at Draconis. So it's safe to say that Cassie really likes this. I think for her it is a very approachable size. In terms of my baby's a size queen, this is a normal size for her. You know, she likes them big, and this was just kind of a really good dildo for her to start our evening or start our playtime with, because it's a good length for her, it's a good thickness for her, it helped warm her up, helped stretch her out, and yeah, for me, as a vaginal user, Cassie, by the way, if you're unfamiliar, is an anal-only user, and so any toys that I'm reviewing and including my wife's opinion on, it is her as an anal user. As a vaginal user, one of the things that really helped me take Draconis more comfortably was a proper warm-up before inserting this, or lubing this up, inserting it, and then cock-warming it. Cock-warming is generally my preferred way of masturbation. I just insert and then use a vibrator on my clitoris or a suction toy on my clitoris or whatever. Cock-warming is just fantastic because I have short arms and a big belly and sometimes reaching and thrusting and I'm trying to read my erotica. It's just too much. And so, cock-warming, my BFF. But yeah, this was really, really comfortable. I wasn't sure if I would be able to enjoy the texture, especially during thrusts, but as it turns out, with proper warm-up, with plenty of lube, with the softness of the dildo, I was really, really enjoying this. The slight thickness is towards the top of the shaft, and so even if I only inserted this partially, I still had like that nice feeling of fullness. It was just a really good toy, and if I did want to use it for thrusting, like what with Cassie using it on me or a different partner using it on me, using it in a fuck machine, anything like that, the key for me was just to warm up and make sure I was using plenty of lubricant. Usually I would warm up with like a smaller dildo first, not either of these ones though, ironically, but yeah, just a little warm up really helps make your body more prepared for more texture. So, yeah, this is a good dick, y'all. It's a really good dick. I think it's a great introduction to dragon textures, especially if you are new to fantasy toys and you want something that's maybe not this textured, right? Because that's a lot of sharp, high-profile texture, high-profile horizontal texture. There's a lot going on, and like, this is a great dick, but I can't take it because it's too much. It's too much. But this one I can take really well. So, this again is Uberrime's Draconis Dragon Dildo from the Phantasia Beginner Friendly Fantasy line. You can get it customized to your size preferences in the small or large, to your firmness preferences in the 00-30 or 00-50. The lower that number, the 00-30 is much softer than the 00-50, and so just go with your gut. If you are a new to fantasy toys and you're a vaginal user, you may want to go with that 00-30, just because that softness is very, very comfortable. If you are an anal user, you may want a slightly firmer silicone, just because that makes it a little easier to insert. But really, it's up to you. Some people still like 00-30 for anal play. I mean, I'm using this little guy as part of my clean out routine, and he's 00-50, so I don't know, do with that information what you will. Thank you, Uberrime, for sending me the Draconis dildo, and Oceanus and Equus all to review. Both Cassie and I have really enjoyed using Draconis. It's a great dildo. It's really well made. We have kind of botched the bottom. There's a little tear, but any of the damage is more than likely Cassie's and my doing, because Uberrime has like really high standards for what they send out to people, and so I don't know, I think this is great. I love it. I like that they have good high standards for what they send out to. So check out Uberrime. Please use my affiliate link to shop. I get a small commission for each purchase that you make, and that helps me invest in more dildos to help you find sex toys that will work for you. Hopefully. Maybe not work for you. But ultimately, like, I'm not a big corporation. I'm spending a lot of time, spending money, investing into reviewing sex toys so that, you know, I can help you find toys that will work or not work for you. And every little penny helps. So I really appreciate the people who do use my affiliate link to shop. It's dropped in the description below. Yeah, check it out. I really, really enjoy it. Again, this is Draconis Dragon Dildo from the Uberrime Phantasia line. And yeah, I hope you are interested in it because it's a good dildo. He's a good dildo. So I'll see you all next time, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel, drop your comments below, let me know what you think of Draconis, and I'll see you next time for more Sydney Talks Toys.